It's called Conversation with the CEO. It's another edition of Conversation with the CEO, and we're excited to always be here. You know what we do here at the Linchpin Bunch, Inc. It's always about growth, learning, growing and learning, growing and learning. We've challenged ourselves to make sure that all the work that we do 100 years from now, that people, when they listen to this particular interview, they'll still be able to learn some lessons, especially if their goal is to become an entrepreneur, a CEO, to be self-motivated, to be independent. I call it to be free, right? And I mean, obviously, if you're a successful entrepreneur, you've given yourself a sense of freedom. And I think that's ultimately what we all want, is to be free. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that share button, make a comment. All of that stuff helps us. If you want us to get out there, then it's up to you to help us get out there, right? Now, the best people in the world who got the most incredible information don't necessarily mean they're the best marketers in the world, right? A lot of people take education from great marketers. They're not as good and they don't give you as great information, but they've mastered marketing. So you do need to know the difference, all right? Sometimes it's great marketing and you believe that person is giving you the best education. And then there's somebody who is actually giving you the best education, but because their marketing is not as great, then it's up to us to make sure we share when we find something awesome, something great, and some information that's game-changing for us. Don't keep that to yourself. Don't be that person. Share it with your friends and let them know what you found. All right, let's get into this edition. I'm excited about it. I love Atlanta. Hey, I'm so excited, right? We're always here to help people grow, right? That's what it's about. Well, we also want to help your business grow. So you see me standing here talking to you just like this in the middle of this video? This could be you. We'll give you an opportunity to present your product or your business right to our audience. So again, contact us at thelinchpinbunchinc.com so we can help your company grow. All right, back to the rest of the video. Atlanta is a great place. If you haven't been there, make it your business to go. You need to go experience Atlanta. It's one of the greatest growing cities, particularly in the country. It is now what they call Black Hollywood, is what they say. But I don't even believe it's that anymore. I believe it's just Hollywood. They record everything. Everything in Atlanta seems like at this point. And we've got special guests with us. Let's just tell you a little bit about them. They call themselves serial entrepreneurs and just business people, and they're always working on something and trying to change the game. They're a sister and a brother duo. They've started something pretty special because of COVID. COVID actually put this in their mind, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about that. But they have something called a resort. It's called One Place ATL. It is literally 1 hour in a part of Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, called Covington. And Covington, Georgia, they have what is called a resort. I don't know if you've ever been to a resort, and most people have. They're game changing. They give you a chance to relax and catch up and do the things that I believe you can't be successful without, which is the time with family and friends and loving on the people that matter to you the most. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him to the program and say hello to none other than Mark Adams. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It is really good to have you here with us today because I think you got a lot of perspective that we can learn from today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're doing something super creative, right? You've created something where people can use as a staycation. Mm-hmm. They can literally drive an hour away from Atlanta and feel like they've gone to Florida or feel like they've gone to the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We actually been calling it the social distance resort because
I like that.
Because the way that we envision things is like everything is kind of separated. Mm-hmm. So if you and your family can go and you can have your own little small oasis with you and your family, or if you have a bigger family. We have another venue inside that's for a bigger family, like up to 30 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up to 30 people. A small group of people can relax around the pool in a great setting.
You know what's interesting? Our show is geared towards people who are entrepreneurs, CEOs, or trying to be in the business. One of the hardest things for a lot of people like that to do is take a break.
It's hard to relax.
Talk to them for a minute. Why would a place like your place be important to a driven individual who's like, I've got to work, I've got to put my head down, I've got to go and do what I'm doing. I know. Listen, I'll relax later, but now I don't have time.
Actually, we had both things in mind. Actually, we actually thought about a cool resort setting for you to actually work from home. So say like a lot of people are working from home, but they get tired of that setting at home. You get too comfortable. You're not doing what you need to do. So we actually have venues that you can actually go sit in a resort setting and actually work. We have that. Then we have the, hey, you just need to relax. You need to get away and relax. So there's a lot that goes along with vacations. You have to prepare. You might have to shop. You might have to make sure things are in line at home. You might need to put the dog in dog sitting, whatever it may be. So what we did was we took out that equation. We said, hey, you're just home away from home. So everything that you do at home, you can do it right here, but just at a prettier setting. And that's it. So it gives you that comfortable feeling of being at home so you can actually get some rest and peace and quiet in a different setting. That's all, in a beautiful setting. That's all.
Okay. So basically you're basically saying, hey, you can still work as hard as you want to. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna put you in a setting where you can still be relaxed about it.
Yes. Let the wind blow through your hair and get you a fruity drink and sit by the water and relax. And if you want to work, you can work. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And you don't have to worry about everything that everybody else has going on because you're in your own space.
That makes sense. So can you do like jet skiing and boating out there as well?
No, we're in Atlanta. So
okay. I just checking, man. I was like, y'all done took it all away.
Yeah. No, we have a river on the property, but it's not for jet skiing. So we could do like sort of like a lazy river type situation.
Oh, okay.
Drink and sit along the river and travel through there. That we also have horseback riding and ATVing and stuff like that too.
All right. What separates you guys from other resorts?
I've never seen the model that we're using. I never seen it before. Because what we're doing is we're starting off with 10 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath villas with their own private pools. So everybody will have their own space and peace and quiet and everything like that with their own concierge service. So if you need somebody to get something for you, it's a kitchen, we have grills. So, you bring your own stuff and you can just hang out and relax. So I actually haven't seen anyone else with the model that we have. And especially our cabana venue, our venue with the cabanas for the small gatherings. I haven't seen that.
So let's talk to some future entrepreneurs and some future CEOs. Mm-hmm. You guys are stepping out. I mean, right now, what date are you set to be open for?
Right now, we're set to be next Labor Day. Next Memorial Day. Memorial Day.
So that'll be your opening, and that'll be real people there on doing the resort, doing the vacation, whatever it is they want to do.
God willing.
Okay, that sounds great. So my question to you is, for an entrepreneur, like that's a challenge. Like what you're taking on is huge, right? That's not easy, right? Right. Even you with, a history of being a professional business person. Right. It's not. So what do you say to people who want to do something like what you're doing or go into business for themselves? How do they face those challenges to move forward and not feel like, man, that's just going to overwhelm me? I don't want to take on that responsibility, even though they say they want to.
So what you have to do is my past experiences have collectively brought me to this point. And what I mean by that is I have management experience. I used to own a restaurant. I'm gonna tell you this, as an entrepreneur, we always have our ups and downs. There was a point in my life where I went broke. There was a point in my life when I went broke and I had to get a job, and I never really worked for anybody before, and I had to get a job. So
Okay.
I ended up getting a job working at a maximum security prison, and I learned awesome management skills from just working at a prison. Because if you could get 200 men that don't want to listen to you to do what you need them to do, you have
Hmm.
awesome management skills.
Okay.
And you get to be able to talk to these people and get them to do, whatever it is that you need them to do. I used all of that to get me to the point where I am right now. Even to the part where right now we're clearing out the land, and the farming and stuff that's going on right now. Those are some things that I learned throughout my past. So what you have to do is you have to learn every aspect of your business first.
Hmm.
So even if you never, let's say, never cleaned a pool before, if you never
Okay.
cleaned the pool before, that's something that you need to learn. We're in the information age. You can go on YouTube and figure out everything that you need to do. If you never cleaned the pool, you learn how to clean a pool on YouTube. But every aspect of your business, you need to learn how to do. And that was something that I learned from my dad. My dad
Okay.
used to own a laundromat, and he didn't know how to fix the washers and dryers, and it
Okay.
got to be so expensive for him getting washers and dryers fixed that he ended up going to school to learn how to fix washers and dryers. So every aspect of your business. So before you get into whatever business that you want to get into, know every aspect of it. Know how, if it's a restaurant, know how to order that food. Know exactly, the distribution. Know every aspect of the marketing. Know something about it. Now you can hire people to do what you need to get done. Um,
At what point do you start doing that? Because right, um, you probably want to make sure you're scaling in properly, right? Not spending money before you actually make it.
right.
So so at what point do they go, okay, it's time for me to hire someone, right? Because if we all start off as solopreneurs, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, when do I hire someone? What's your
Oh,
what do you say?
you hire someone when you get to the point where you can't maintain the main focus. You need the main focus of whatever your business is. Okay, let's say you are in, let's say, the hotel business, right?
Okay.
And you got these vacuum cleaners to vacuum the floors or whatever at your hotels. The vacuum cleaners need to be fixed. Hey, you don't have time to be fixing. You get to the point where you don't have time to be fixing vacuum cleaners. You got to worry about what's going on in the regular operations of the hotel.
Yeah.
So you have to stay focused. So once those things take you away from the main thing, you need to hire somebody.
Okay. And what
Anything
what
like,
what typically is the main thing? What's the main thing when you've been your business owner? Like in general, and generally speaking, what is the
money.
main thing?
Making
Hmm?
making money, making money.
Okay. Okay.
If you're not in if you're not making money, you're not in business. Like
That make a
you
lot of
can't
sense.
you can't be in business if you're not making any money. Like you can't. So once you lose focus on the money, you need to hire somebody.
But I think that sometimes don't people give themselves a pass on that? They go like, I don't need to make the money right now because I'm building. I'm building, so I'm not gonna be making money right now. But at what point do they come out of that stage and go
Well,
before it's too late?
well, if you are at the point where you can't even deal with those small things, you should be making money,
Okay.
because there's a whole lot. That means there's a whole lot going on at that time. So that means that there's a whole lot of things going on, and you trying to focus on something else, and you're like, I can't do that right now. I need to focus on getting people up in these hotel rooms. I need to focus on these conventions and everything going on, and stuff like that in town, rather than me dealing with vacuum cleaners. You see what I'm saying? So you
Okay.
have to hire somebody to fix the vacuum cleaners, or whatever it may be. You can't do it.
Do you take advantage of the business model of the Upworks of the world? where you can go online and get someone to independently work for you and do some of your work. That seems to be a growing business model for small businesses and entrepreneurs around the country.
Well, absolutely, because we don't know how to do everything. Like I don't know how to build a website, or I don't know how to build an app, but I have to hire somebody to do it for me. In order for me to make that money, I need to allocate different people for different things that I have going on.
Mm.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
Okay.
that. I have a sort of a model that I learned in my past is that, like I said, you want to learn or try to figure out a way to earn every aspect of your business. And
Okay.
what I mean by own every aspect of your business, and what I mean by that is, if let's say you're in the construction business, you need to own your construction equipment
Gotcha.
and not have to rent it, because you end up making more money by owning it. Another thing is, if you're running a business, and let's say you have a brick and mortar business,
Mhm.
me personally, I feel like you need to own the actual building,
Okay.
because I've dealt with people in the past where they saw me making money and then they went up on that rent.
Gotcha.
They doubled that rent or whatever, and then you're like, yo, this is cutting into my margin here.
Yeah.
Where when I had my pizza shop, the price of cheese. So a case of cheese when I opened was $80. No, I'm
Okay.
sorry. A case of cheese was, I think, $40 for a case of cheese, right? When
Okay.
I closed, a case of cheese was $170. And it was because they saw us making money. They saw us
Gotcha.
making money, and they had the product that we needed that we couldn't get from anywhere else. So we had to get that cheese from them. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So with
How do you avoid situations like that?
by owning
Okay.
things, by owning things. Now, I'm not saying necessarily you could own the cheese, but there are like pizza places that they make their own sauce, they make their own dough and everything,
Mhm.
because of that.
Right.
Somebody comes in and kills your margin. So our model with One Place ATL is that me and my sister actually purchased the land. We actually
Okay.
purchased the land. We don't have a mortgage. We actually purchased the land.
Because now
Okay.
we're gonna go back to that because I want you to give some insight on how to approach that particular thing of buying land before you actually start the business. So
Mhm.
help us out with that. And go ahead. I want to hear more.
So what happens is, when you buy the land, you can do whatever you want to do. So
Mhm.
if today I say One Place ATL, tomorrow I say, hey, I want a cow farm, or a friend of mine is opening a hemp farm. I could do whatever I want to do when you own the land. And on top of that, let's say worst case scenario, business fails. All right, you own the building. You could either turn around and lease it to somebody, or you could turn around and sell it, and you make your money back.
Okay.
And it won't hurt as much as it would if you were renting a space and then you go into all this debt, because with commercial leases, please believe they're gonna get that money from you. They'll get that
Yeah.
money from you one way or the other. Like, if you got a 10-year lease on a commercial lease,
Hmm.
they're gonna get that bread from you. They
They're
they
gonna
they
get it.
they gonna put a lien on something. They're gonna garnish something, and that's just what it is.
Wow.
So I'm a firm believer in owning everything that you need in order to make your business run.
Okay, man. You seem like you've learned some great lessons, man. That's
I,
a great
I,
approach.
I had to learn the hard way, but I did. I did.
Let me ask you, what do you say to people who hear information like this and then they say to you, but that's your situation. Like,
Mhm.
I'm different, right? I think I can do the same thing you did and not make the mistakes you made. I just think that that's just your isolated situation. What would you say to a future entrepreneur that presented that to you?
So we gotta think long term instead of short term, and in the short term.
Hey, you've been watching the videos. Obviously, you know we love talking about stocks. We love trading. We love investing, right? So why don't you just join the team? You can do it by just making sure you get one of these T-shirts, okay? Everybody versus Wall Street. Go and get it today on our website, thelinchpinbunchinc.com.
Oh yeah, your situation will work in the short term. Yeah, absolutely. But in the long term, we'll make more money. You'll make more money because you own more. You're paying less bills. How about that? You're paying less bills.
Gotcha.
And the new model, yeah, well, we're going to that too. But you're paying less bills, and somebody,
Okay.
and so what the idea that I had with one place is, I saw a meme a few months ago, and it was saying how if let's say you got 1,000 friends on Facebook, right?
Okay. All right.
Let's say you got 1,000 friends on Facebook, right? If you can't get $100 from your friends to build or support your business, now $100 shouldn't even hurt them. So if you can't get $100 from your friends to develop or build your business, then you need to delete them. Like somebody said that, and I was just like, and think about it. We talking about building generational wealth here. So $100,000. This is $100,000 we talking about here. $100,000 towards the growth of you and your family is priceless. You know what I'm saying? So if you were able to go to your friends and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. We're trying to do this debt free. We're trying to create a legacy for our children. And who, as an adult, who wouldn't understand that? Who wouldn't understand that? And for somebody not to understand that could possibly be a hater. Somebody that you didn't need to be your friend in the first place. But I see it as a way of winning. And then if we all were to do that collectively, we all would win. If we all would say, hey, Johnny needs this money for, a bulldozer. Johnny needs this money for a bulldozer. You got 1,000 friends on Facebook. The bulldozer costs $30,000. Okay, so can I get $30 from all my friends?
You know what? Listen, I used to think like that a long time ago, but it's the connection of when people want to give money versus when they don't. I hadn't figured that out yet, right? Yeah. You'll see a story about a stranger you've never met that ran on CNN.
Yeah.
And they'll get that person $1 million in a matter of 2 days. Yeah. And then it could be somebody in your backyard, right, whose business you can see that you see they're having, if anything we've learned from COVID, small businesses got hurt, period. Mm-hmm. So you notice they're right around the corner from you, and you didn't give them anything. You didn't say, listen, for example, if it's a restaurant, listen, you don't have to give me any food. I know you're taking a hit. Listen, here's $100 to get your business through, right? It doesn't seem
you pay the light bill,
It doesn't seem to me. I haven't made the connection yet as to what inspires people to give, because I see giving all the time.
I do too.
But I don't always see giving in the area of, to me, what's most important. Someone stepped out on faith to open up a business. A business that literally can change your community, a business that could end up employing one of your children, a business that could, be an example to inspire someone that got lost, right? When, for example, let's say you go to jail and you get that on your record. The person that opens up that business right around the corner, he may know your son or your daughter, and he might still say, hey, you know what? I'm still going to hire him because I know who he is, right? So I don't see why people don't think like I've got to do what I've got to do to help that business, to make sure that business in my community makes it. I'm not saying people are wrong for not doing it, but it's interesting because some lady got evicted the other day and they showed it on CNN. And the lady raised almost, what was it, $300,000?
Almost $300,000, and it ended up being a fraud.
It was a fraud.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
I ain't see that part.
Yeah. So she got on there with her kids and all this stuff, and it come to find out it wasn't even her kids. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fraud.
But look at the money they raised for this fraud. And let's even say she was telling the truth. You didn't know her personally. You know, like everyone in their circle has a business owner, entrepreneur in their circle, right? I think so anyway. Yes. So and that's the first question. Who do I know in my circle who owns the business that I can sow money into? Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. Hey, man, you on the same page, man. So give us some advice. How do we change our mindset so that we think about that? You know, there's another meme that's out there, and I don't even know if it's real, but it's tweeted from Elon Musk, and it's a meme. It could be fake and it could be made up, but he says, the same way we come together when somebody's having a baby and we do a baby shower. Why don't we do the same thing for when somebody first opens up a business? You know, we have a business shower to get them the resources to help them get where they're going.
I don't think that's him because it doesn't sound like him to me. Because that sounds like, you know, black people are the ones that go all ridiculous with these baby showers. But I had an idea a long time ago called a business susu. And, do you know what a susu is?
I'm familiar. Walk me through it. I don't have full clarity on it.
Okay, so my family, what we would do is we would do it with $100, right? So we have 12 people in the family, and every month, everybody would have a month. So each month, you would send $100 to that one person on the list. It's sort of like saving your own money, basically, but you have a lump sum. You have a lump sum of money at the end of the year. Okay. Right. Gotcha. So you have $1,200. So you'll have $1,200. Each person will get $1,200 out of the 12 people. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So I had an idea with a business susu where you get 12 business owners together, and it has to be kind of cohesive. You know, the same sort of businesses that could actually help each other, right? So what we do is we take one day a month and we say, we're going to put all our energy into you for 24 hours. So you have 11 business owners, and everybody's putting their energy into you for 24 hours. And we come to you, but you have to let us know what you need. Okay. So say you flip houses, right? And you say, hey, I need this house painted. So we all come together and paint the house. Now, if you physically can't paint the house, it's your responsibility to have a person that you pay to help paint the house for you. But it's still your responsibility to contribute. Now, imagine how powerful businesses would be if you got, because real talk, this is what slavery did. Slavery, you had all this free labor, and they got ahead. So just imagine, it's messed up to even compare the two, but imagine what it would be like if you had a business and you had 11 people investing in you for 24 hours, whatever it may be. You know, like, hey, you need marketing. You need somebody to show you how to do social media. We need to work on, whatever, your taxes or whatever. So you got 11 people sitting around working on your business. And
I like the concept, but now let's think about what people would say about that. If you need that kind of help, you probably didn't need to go in business. That's what they might say.
You got to do it with the right people. You have to do it with the right people, and it has nothing to do with that. It's more like any type of business would benefit from this. Even if your business is doing well, that means that's another bill that you don't have to pay. Even if your business is doing awesome, you see what I'm saying? Right. You flipping houses, yeah, you making money, but I don't have to pay $4,000 to get this house painted because I got all these people right here that'll paint this house for me in 24 hours. Yeah, it's beneficial to everybody. Yeah, it helps for everybody. Absolutely. But you have to do it with the right people, and you have to have You have to have like-minded people. You might even have to do like contracts or something because
Let's talk about that for a minute.
will flake.
How do you surround yourself with the right people when you're trying to do something unique? Because everybody's not built to do the entrepreneur thing. Like they can't think like you. Like, hey man, I'm gonna go buy this land and I'm gonna start a resort. A lot of people are like, yo, like I like that, beautiful.
Yeah, everybody's not built for that. Everybody's not built for that, but you have to deal with people the way that they fit in. Everybody's may not be an entrepreneur, but God gives us all some type of skill to be able to provide for ourselves, some type of skill. So you may not be an entrepreneur, but you might be, I don't know, a great writer or something, and I'm like, hey, I need this copyright for this website or whatever, this blog or whatever it may be. So there's still something that these people in your circle can do. Shoot, I'll tell you one thing.
What's that?
Reliable people. Just reliable people. Just reliable people that just do what they say that they're gonna do. That holds a lot of weight. And I don't care, they don't have to do anything as long as I'm like, hey, I need you to be here at this time and take care of this, and no problem, it's done. That might hold more weight than a carpenter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Just because you're a carpenter, but you can't never show up.
You can't never show up on time, or you're not even doing great work. But this person over here, like, hey, I'll take the trash out for you. I'll be here at 5:45 to take the trash out for you. Hey, and they're there at 5:40 and they already took the trash out.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: have things changed? There used to be a time. I come from radio. That's where I first started, but I remember in radio back in the day. People used to come to the radio and they would be like, look, you don't even have to hire me. I'll do whatever, until they ended up getting a job there and then becoming successful. But it's like, have things changed now? Do the laws, the legal laws and all that impact stuff like that? Because like if somebody goes and says, hey, I worked for him for free, he didn't pay me, and then you got the labor law on you. Tell me, what's your opinion of that?
Oh, you talking about internship?
Yeah, internship, because it doesn't seem like it's the same as it used to be.
It's you can't technically say that they're our employee. You have to say that they're a contractor, and when they're a contractor, they don't technically work for you. They work for the company. You hired a company to do the work.
So how can someone work for you as a contractor? And they're telling you, I don't want to be paid. I just want the experience. How could you do that? And the person trusted that won't bite them in the butt.
I never had to deal with that, so I'm not really sure, because I've dealt with interns that pretty much they work at their own pace, and pretty much I tell them what to do, and they pretty much set their hours and everything like that when they want to come and everything. So, and I know you can't have them working crazy hours or something like that.
Okay.
As far as like labor laws and stuff like that. But technically, they're not working for you. They're volunteering, and volunteers fall under labor laws.
Okay. So we got to get a clear understanding of what a volunteer actually is. So, yeah. All right. So do some research. If you get somebody working for you for free, what is a volunteer? Right. All right. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. Now, we're almost out of time, man, but I wouldn't want you to leave without giving us some words of encouragement to people who are trying to do this, who feel like they want to quit, because, COVID has really knocked them out a little bit. And even this new variant is starting to become a concern. What type of encouragement would you give them in trying to move forward and do their business?
Things is always, when things are about to really happen, that's when they get their hardest. And that's when most people give up. Most people quit. I've noticed that now being in Atlanta, I've been here for a while, and I've actually seen people come make the moves and blow up, like really. And then because it was just because they were persistent. They were just persistent. Like there was times where things got hard. Yeah, it was times when things got hard. I remember one time meeting a very popular entertainer a long time ago. He needed to borrow $40. And I remember meeting him in the parking lot and gave him $40. I'm not gonna say who he is now.
All right, you're gonna keep it private. But so you gave a guy $40 back when he was in his early grind.
And he was, he was struggling. He was a struggling artist. You know what I'm saying? But he stayed persistent. And I watch people stay persistent. Persistence overcomes resistance. And that's the biggest piece of information that I can give right now, is that I personally watched people be persistent and didn't quit and stay focused on what they were trying to do and watch them win. And that's what we're trying to do with One Place ATL. Like right now, we're trying to raise the money for everything, the infrastructure and everything that we need right now, and in order to make all of this happen.
I was just about getting ready to say that, man. So if someone's watching this and they want to invest in your vision, financially, with time or whatever, what do they need to do in order to invest in what you're doing?
So they could go to the oneplaceatl.com. That's oneplaceatl.com. You could click donate. That's at the donate button that's at the top of the website. Or you could hit the contact button and just contact us. And, I've had people that just, man, let me tell you, this guy hit me up, was like, look, I'm an electrician. I'll give you a month of work. I love what you're doing. I'm down for the cause. I'm ready. How can I help? And when people see progressive things, and all of this was based off of, like, comes from my family reunion. Like this is real. Yeah, this is from this ideas come from my family reunion of us always, every 2 years we would get together and travel somewhere. And being an inner city kid, I'm from New York, all we wanted to do was go to a family reunion and get in the pool. like for real, that's all we wanted to do. Is me and all my cousins, we would play in the pool all day. Like that's all we wanted to do. So that's what I got this concept from, is that during COVID, my daughters wanted to play in the pool.
Yeah.
Like that's all it was. They wanted to play in the pool, and I was like, you know what? I wish there was a place that we could go where it was private, where I wasn't afraid that the kids was going to well, a lot of the hotels' pools was closed anyway.
Yeah.
But I wish there was a place that was private and, me and my family could go and have a good time and everything. And that's when it hit me, One Place ATL.
Man, hey, listen, I like it. One of the things that they tell me, when you do a business with other people in mind, and it seemed like you just wanted to serve the people. You thought about people who want to get away but can't get away. You want to give them something to experience. And it sounds like you're thinking about the people to me, man.
Yes.
So One Place ATL, next year, Memorial Day weekend, we're gonna get you back on the phone, and we're gonna try to, we're gonna try to do an interview right around the time you're opening up, just to see how things are going. And we'd love to just to see the inspiration. I know it'll be a blessing to someone to hear you talk about it, and then a year from now, you could just show us some video of what you actually have. That's definitely going to encourage, man. I thank you for your time. Anything I forgot to ask you that you wanted to share? I want to make sure you don't miss anything that matters to you. Please do that now.
Oh, we at the point right now where we're trying to do this debt free, and we just need a little bit of help on this. We own the land and everything. We just need a little help on this on this infrastructure, the pipes, the solar panels. Like we need a little help on this. So just donate oneplaceatl.com. Show us some love, and we are definitely gonna show our people some love. Like when we open, we're gonna do. I'm from the event industry. We're gonna do an event for our grand opening. Like,
hey, I listen. I believe you. Listen, I'm gonna say what you said. You never know what someone's ideal or their vision can really become. There's a place in Houston. It's called the Turkey Leg Hut.
I love it. Every time I'm in Houston, I go there.
Yeah,
and I spoke to the owners, and I was like, I saluted them. I said, salute. I was like, do you understand what this is? And then I even was trying to get them to open a spot in Atlanta. I was like, man, that damn the one that's stuffed with the shrimp and
the crab. What I don't listen. I've yet to eat there. Okay, so I don't even. I just know about it. But my point that I was really bringing up was, I'm sure in the beginning, you know, when somebody said, "Hey man, I'm gonna open up a turkey leg spot, man, and it's gonna be successful," that's not a thing you respond to and be like, "Come on, man,
you sound
turkey
crazy.
leg spot, man, come on."
You sound real crazy.
You sound real crazy right now.
Yeah.
Turkey leg spot, right? But look at it. You
a turkey leg costs $30.
Yeah, they paying $30 for a turkey leg. I ain't never. But again, if you believe in what you believe in, you get a chance to experience things like that where you can show people that look, you better not sleep on your vision.
Yeah, don't sleep on your vision.
The line, you seen the lines to get in that place?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been there probably at least 6 or 7 times. Yeah.
Man, hey.
Yeah.
I'm only saying to you, man, we see your vision, man, and that's why we want to interview you, man, and we want to have you on the program. What we do is about educating and teaching people and inspiring people, and we only can get the inspiration from real stories and real opportunities and right in real time, and you guys deserve it because number one, you're thinking about something different. You're trying to build a resort outside of Atlanta, huge. And I like it. And you care about families, man. At the end of the day, hey, I think we working as hard as we working and trying to change our lives because we want to leave some money for our children's children, right?
We want to create a legacy. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Thank you, man. I'm honored that you came by and hung out with us, okay? And shared that wisdom for us, okay?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, man.
All right. That's this edition of Conversation with a CEO. Remember this, it's very important. Try to learn, get all you can get. All right. When you're not learning, you're not growing. And when you're not growing, guess what? You're dying.